trading does not have to be complicated as most people assume. In fact, you can make a lot of money in the markets just by applying basic beginner level trading concepts like the strategy we're about to show you today that allowed us to capitalize over $6,000 in profit trading the gold markets. Now, as we do with all of our videos, we're going to share with you our live trading footage of our trade entries, but more importantly, break down the setup and the confluences that we looked for, allowing us to pinpoint profitable trade entries. So with that said, let's hop at the charts to get started with today's video. So as a beginner, it is understandable how overwhelming trading can be because you're going through the process of learning all these different concepts of technical and fundamental analysis. You're trying to figure out your style, a trading plan, maybe a specific strategy that might involve certain indicators. Not to mention there are the more advanced concepts of trading like smart money and institutional concepts. So the purpose of today's video is to prove to you that while those more advanced concepts will come in handy as you improve your trading skills, you don't have to overwhelm yourself with trying to figure all that right now. And by sticking to the very basics can take you to new heights in your trading. Now, of course, if you have any questions, need help, or even if you just enjoyed today's video, feel free to comment down below. And you can also reach me more directly either via email or Telegram. You can access all of my official contact information down below in the video description. And while you're down there, be sure to check out all of our trading resources provided within our community, including links to free demo accounts and brokers and prop firms that I use specifically for trading gold that provide various benefits, including up to 90% payouts, our VIP signals chat so you can follow, copy, and profit from my own personal trades, auto trading, where the trading is done for you, allowing you to earn passive profits in the markets. And we also have our trading group where I personally teach how I trade these markets as I'm about to show you today, so you can learn and make money as you are learning and improving on your skills. All of that and much, much more can be found down below. Now, a little bit of a spoiler alert, the results that you're about to see throughout this video actually accumulated to over $15,000 in profit. And yes, this is all by following the basic beginner entry-level concepts of trading because, again, the whole point is to show you that, yeah, you can make money in these markets without overcomplicating the process. But I mainly want to focus on the sells in particular, which we recorded here because I didn't record the other trades that I had taken, but we'll break those later on. Like I said, I mainly want to focus on these sells because I want you guys to understand these simple things that I'm looking for to identify these profitable entries, right? So as you can see from the recording, we have a few sells between 2665 and 2666, which took place right around here in this area. Now, when we look at the immediate structure, I'm sure many of y'all can agree that this is bullish, right? We have price creating higher highs and higher lows, and actually we could even throw in this ascending parallel, which is also confirming bullish structure. Now, as a trader, one of the most common rules that we live by is the trend is our friend, so we place trades according to the trend that we're in. So if you're in a buyer's market, you look for buy trades. If you're in a seller's market, you look for sell trades, right? That is the general rule of trading, which, to be honest, is something that everyone should be following. But there are occasions such as here where if the overall structure is bullish, why did we look for sells in this area of the market? And this is where I want you guys to understand the importance of not just looking at what's currently happening in the immediate area of the market that you're trading, but also taking a step back and looking at things from a much larger view. All right. So looking at the current area, we have a level of resistance here, right? This is resistance connected to this area, which is also resistance. And if we stretch this out to the current area of the market, we could see prices now testing this resistance and attempting to break through. Now, if we were to zoom out, what else do we see? This current area of resistance, if we were to pull this back, served as resistance here, minor support, 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 and prior resistance here. So this is a key level of support and resistance dated all the way back. Wow, look at that. If we pull this out even further, look at that, guys. Was also support here in November of 2024. This is a key zone in the market that we want to be mindful of. Now, do we just jump in for a sell because we're at resistance? No, we have to find a couple of other things to confirm our bias, right? If we believe that price is going to go up or down, we have to ask ourselves, what is the market doing? Where is price reacting from to confirm that buy or sell sentiment that we have? So we've already established a level of resistance, right? Plain and simple. But what I also notice is that even though this is bullish structure on a 1 hour time frame, looking at the daily, price is approaching a descending trend line. trend lines can serve as diagonal forms of support and resistance. So being that this is a descended trend line, this could serve as a potential area of resistance as well. Now, I'll be honest with you folks, just based off of the fact that we have a key level of resistance from an intraday time frame complemented by a descended trend line from a daily time frame, for me, this is more than enough to jump on a potential sell. There was one other level of confluence that solidified our entries, and that came from the RSI. Now, the RSI is one of the best tools that you could use for identifying the market strength, overbought and oversold conditions, and even hidden bullish and bearish divergences. A divergence is an opposite form of structure between the market and the RSI. And in this particular case, we're focusing specifically on a bearish divergence. The market, from this point to this point, is creating higher highs, but the RSI is creating lower highs. All right, so again, we're on the 15-minute. This is the main bearish divergence, but we also have an inner bearish divergence between this peak and this peak. Again, higher high and higher high, but in that same region, look at the RSI, lower high, lower high. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is enough to solidify, sell, sell, sell. But just to add a little bit more fun, not only do we have two forms of bearish divergence on the 15-minute, if we were to go to, let's say, the 2-hour, we have bearish divergence confirmed here as well. Again, higher highs, but in the RSI is creating lower highs, right? On the 4-hour, same thing, higher highs, lower highs. This does not happen often where a divergence identified from a smaller time frame is confirmed by the 1-hour, the 2-hour, the 4-hour. And then when you combine all that with a descending trend line from the daily time frame with our key level of resistance, I mean, all the more reason, folks, why we took this sell. Now, I want to make perfectly clear, this area of the market provided a lot of confluences. You don't need 4, 5, 10 different confluences. All you need is 2 to 3 solid confluences to confirm your bias, and then you take action. Here's our entry between 2666 and 2665 with take profit targets within this region as price progressed. You can see from the footage, we didn't actually have a set take profit, so I closed our positions manually with closing prices between 2653 and 2654, capitalizing over 100 pips and over $6,000 in profit from those 3 sells. Now, in case you're curious about those buy entries that occurred before our sells, you can see from the trade data, we entered our buys between 2647 and 2649. Right here in this area of the market, stop losses were below this pivot point. And again, you can confirm from our entries, we had closing prices at 2662, just below this level of resistance. Why do we take this buy? Simple. Price respected this area of support, right? Support here. And if we drag this out, resistance here. Price came up, served it as resistance before breaking out, creating what was prior resistance to serve as support in these regions. So when price tested this level, once again with the wick rejection, we entered for our buys between 2647 and 2649, closing our trades at 2662 for over 100 pips and over $7,000 in profit. So that's where those 3 buys came into play. So with the 3 buys and the 3 sells, 6 total trades and a total profit of the day of $15,000 just by focusing on basic rudimentary entry-level concepts. We bought at support, we sold at resistance. Obviously, with our resistance, we showed a lot more levels of confluences in comparison to the buy trades. To be honest, folks, there were really no other levels of confluences, no divergences, other than the fact that price was tested this level of what was resistance here, served as support, and what do? We sell at resistance, we buy at support. We bought at this support, and we sold at this resistance. Now, I know I do this in a lot of my videos, but of course, this is just to add a little bit of transparency because, of course, these are not just cherry-picked scenarios for showing you how great this strategy works. No, these are actual trades that not only I personally take, which is why I like to record a lot of my entries, but these are also entries that I share for our students and members within our VIP. Now, I don't remember if I called out the buy or the sell or both. I'll have to look into our signal history, but I do know that I called out at least one trade in this area of the market, which obviously, as you can see from the price action in the chart, closed deep in profit of at least 100 to 200 pips plus for our students. So these are trades that I not only personally take for myself, but I also like to share for our members to follow, copy, and profit from. At the end of the day, folks, like I said, we keep trading as simple as possible. All we did was identify levels of support, resistance, and trends. We bought and sold at those areas, and more importantly, made a profit by keeping things as simple as possible. This is one of the many concepts that I teach within our trading group, alongside with dedicated modules on my own personal strategies on how I trade gold, as I shared with you today, allowing beginners and struggling traders to make money as they are learning and improving on their trading skills. So if you want to learn more about our trading group and our VIP trading room, you can visit our website or click the links down below in the video description.
All right, traders, that concludes our video for today. Hope you gained some value. Again, if you have any questions, reach out anytime. Don't forget to check out our trading resources down below in the video description. If you want to watch any of our recent uploads, you can check out these recommendations. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.